Hi there, it's September, and that means I can add a new coloured spaceman between the blue and the purple. Now in my last video I said that a new classic space torso was coming out in dark blue. So as it's now September, today I popped along to my local Lego store in Southampton and checked out the Builder minifig tower, and sure enough there were lots of dark blue classic space torsos in there. The current exclusive Builder minifig parts are all based around Lego Dreams, and since the last video I've found out the reason we're getting a dark blue classic space torso is that Mr. Oz from Dreams wears one of these. Now as there were so many Dreams parts, there were a few minifigures that I actually wanted, so I collected Jaden and Nova and Mr. Oz. Unfortunately for us, Mr. Oz is just wearing his classic space torso. He doesn't have his long white lab coat on over the top, which would completely ruin our display. Now the reason I also got Jaden and Nova is I absolutely love this unicorn top and also the sloth top, and I haven't got either of those minifigs, so I thought, well, they're easy to get on the Builder minifig tower, I thought I'd get those as well. But as I'd like to keep Mr. Oz complete, I also got a healthy supply of extra torsos in a second box. I also rummaged through the legs bin and managed to find 3 sets of dark blue legs, which will help us greatly in building my spaceman. But before I can add my new dark blue spaceman to the display, I've got to give it an upgrade on the green stripe and also add in a new stripe between the blue and purple. Now ever since I made this display, I've had comments on my video telling me that the colour of the green spaceman doesn't match the colour of the green stripe. So what I've done is I've gathered together a whole bunch of correct coloured green pieces. So first of all, we're going to change that green stripe, then we're going to widen the whole display. And changing a couple of tiles, you can really see the colour difference between the original stripe, which is called bright green, and the colour of the spaceman, which is just green. Now changing the colour is a little bit more involved than it might look at first appearance. The bottom layer is fine, you've got the tiles along here and then 2 1x2 bricks here. However, on the wall behind, every other layer has a 2x3 brick followed by 2 1x2s. So basically we've got to take this apart row by row and change the green pieces one layer at a time. So that's the bottom layer done, and it already looks a lot better being the same colour as our green spaceman. So with the wall completed here, for the first time I have my display with the correct coloured green stripe. So next we move on to adding in the dark blue stripe. Now adding another astronaut in, obviously we've got to add another 2 studs to the whole width of the display, but also because the astronauts are all staggered by 1 stud as they move along the display, we've also got to add 1 stud to the whole depth because their air tanks stick out the back, so we haven't got space for someone else to sit behind this row, so we've got to move the whole wall back 1 stud and add in 1 row of tiles. Now underneath the display you can see that we've got 2 large plates with this row of 2x2s around the outside. So first of all we're going to get rid of all those extra plates, and so we can extend it sideways. Then we're left with our 6x16 plate and our 16x16 plate. And the easiest way to extend this is to get rid of our 6x16 and change it for an 8x16. So I've transferred the white, the grey and the black stripes from the 6x16 onto our new 8x16. Now all I need to do is transfer the brown, red, orange, yellow, green and blue along 2 studs. And now everything has moved over, ready for our new dark blue stripe. And you're probably thinking to yourself right now, but Jez, why didn't you wait until now to change the light green for the dark green? And you're absolutely right, I didn't think this through at all. I was just too excited to change over the green stripe. But anyway, onto the dark blue. Now the dark blue has obviously got to follow the same pattern as the purple. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down our 2x2s like this. And then obviously we need our 1x2 plate for the spaceman to sit on, and then a 2x2 behind. But obviously now these two line up with each other. We've now got to stagger the purple back and the pink back. So the purple's now going to adopt the same pattern as the pink. So we're going to add a 1x2 tile, a 1x2 plate, and another 1x2 tile. And then a brand new layout for the pink, another 2x2, and our plate at the back. Remembering we've also got to add a row behind here to allow space for his air tanks. So for that extra row, I've got a 1x2 of every colour. And then lastly for the base, we need to strengthen it underneath. Now I'm adding back on the 2 2x16s, but I'm going to move them up 1 stud because obviously we need to extend that whole base by 1 stud. So they're going to stick out the top. I'm going to add some plates along the front here. And then before we also add 2x12s and 2x6s to strengthen. All I'm going to do is swap those 2x6s for 2x8s. And with the support structure underneath finished, we just need to add in a row of plates on top. And that's the base complete, on to extending the wall. So like I said earlier, each alternate row used 1x2s and 2x3s. So we need to move the pink along, which is easy to do. and then move the purple along as well. One at the back, one at the front. Then we can add in our new dark blues. One there and one there. And then I just need to add in a tan 1x2 in the gap that's left. And then, like I said, the alternate rows are just 2x3s, so we just need to add in a 2x3 dark blue. So with all the bricks built up, we just have the curve to add, and this is where I came across a slight problem. This piece in dark blue has only ever appeared in one set, and in the UK there were only 2 of them for sale new. Now I wanted new pieces to make the set look nice and sort of unscratched up. However, there were 2 for sale and they were £36 each. And as much as I love my display, I don't love it that much. So I had to buy used ones. They're actually pretty good condition. They're ever so slightly scuffed, but nothing major. They are coming out in the new Batmobile set this year. So hopefully we'll get some more new ones on the market, and maybe I will upgrade them later on. But for now, I'm going to live with these. And once they're in place, they don't actually look too bad. So that's the wall complete. Onto the Spaceman. So I've got 2 of my torsos and legs. First thing to do is swap out the yellow hands. And for that, I'm using these Lego City Space torsos. They've got dark blue hands, so I'm using them as donors, and I'm going to swap out the hands for the yellow ones. And with their hands done, we just need classic smiley faces. But as I mentioned in my previous video, they don't yet make the classic helmet in dark blue, so we need a couple of options for that. First of all, we can use Jaco from the Knights Kingdom theme, and he comes with a dark blue motorcycle helmet. The other option is using the dark blue helmet that they use in the Lego City Space theme. And we've already stolen the hands off 2 of their astronauts, so why not steal a helmet off another one? So Jaco's motorcycle helmet for one of them, and a Lego City Space helmet for the other. Now, there was a greatly split opinion in the comments of my last video. Because I don't do air tanks in dark blue, I was asking whether I should use black or the pearl dark grey. And actually, look at this, I still think that the black is closer in shade to the blue than the pearl dark grey is. So I'm sticking with black for the moment. So lining up 3 astronauts, we've got our classic spaceman in black in the middle, we've got our dark blue motorcycle helmet in front, and we've got our Lego City space helmet behind. And neither of the dark blue helmets are perfect, but I do think that the motorcycle helmet is probably the lesser of 2 evils than the Lego City space helmet. So as I did a year and a half when this whole series of videos started, we're going to finally add all our spacemen on our new display. So we've got white, grey, black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, our brand new dark blue, purple, and then lastly at the back there, pink. So we've gone from 11 spacemen to 12 with our brand new dark blue stripe. Now, a year and a half ago when I did this first time round, the green guy and the purple guy both had motorcycle helmets on, and then they obviously got replaced earlier on this year, but now it's moved down the row onto the dark blue. And a year and a half ago I had no idea that we'd obviously get a classic space helmet in purple and green. So who knows, hopefully in the future Lego are going to do the same for the dark blue and give us a dark blue classic helmet and also dark blue air tanks. Let me know in the comments below your opinions on this, especially if you think I should have gone for the Lego City space helmet instead of the motorcycle helmet. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and of course, please subscribe for more Lego videos.